you guys where you can see my yoke and flight controls. And guys, I will go through this video, and if I fail, I'm going to post it and we'll try again. So we're going to do this one probably a couple times to try to see how good our score can get, how our landing roll is, and all that. So one of the key things here too, you can see we already have a little bit of icing. So let's stay away from those clouds. Take a gander over here. Yeah, that's foggy today, and I found that it's kind of random. Sometimes it will be away from you, and then sometimes it starts it out right up on you. I've also found certain scenarios where my electronics just fail, and I don't know if I've hit a button or if it just failed on purpose to see if I can land. Good news is we still have an airspeed indicator. We still have our artificial horizon and our VSI, vertical speed indicator. It tells you in hundreds of feet, thousands of feet per minute, how fast you are ascending or descending. So I'm going to go ahead and start slowing down, guys. And one thing to note with these throttle controls and mixture, you have to kind of move it before it kind of knows, because it sets you up at a certain throttle speed. So I'm going to go ahead and start slowing down with the F7 key, put a notch of flaps down. Just keep my eye on that runway. Go ahead and pick a landing spot once you get a little closer. We are on what is called final now. Kind of get an idea of airspeed. And guys, one thing with the flaps, there's a little white arc that you can see on both airspeed indicators. You want to make sure in the white before you start messing with the flaps, okay? Put a little bit more power here. So we're going about 72. We want a little bit more speed. We're doing okay. Give a little bit more engine power, because you don't want to come in and sink below the lip of this runway, because you don't want to crash to the side of the mountain. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and kill the power, and I'm going to go ahead and drop the flaps one more notch. A little bit more power. Start bringing the nose back. Kill the power. Use your feet, your rudder. Float. Skipped a little bit. That wasn't pretty. It was not pretty at all, but it's okay. We made it. We landed. I'm going to apply some brake here. Normally I don't go all the way up, but I kind of want you guys to see Lukla Airport there once you get to the top. So landing precision, so-so, smoothness, ground roll, nothing spectacular. I've kind of been stuck in the 20,000, 21,000 range, and some of these other guys who are, you know, the top 100, hats off to you, because I don't know if you're a real pilot in real life or if you're, you know, if it scores people from the external view, if that's easier. But I like the internal because I'm a student pilot again, and I just like to try to see what I can make this as real world as possible. So again, we'll let this load up. We're going to try one more time, see if we can do a little better. Runway elevation 9,180 feet. And guys, for my hardware that I'm running on my system here, I have a PC that I built last year. I'm using a Ryzen 5, and my graphics card is an NVIDIA 1070 Ti Founders Edition. I found it on eBay cheap. Had some issues with it when I got it. I think the guy before had it, had some water cooling and it leaked down into the card. So I took it all apart, cleaned it all out, and then I was able to actually control the fan. The fan would just blast at 110%. You couldn't even hear in the room. But after taking it all apart, cleaning it up, it works seamlessly. I'm hoping later on down the road to start, you know, upgrading as time goes along. I'm just, you know, work 40 hours a week kind of guy, trying to learn how to fly when I can on the weekends, and you know, just doing the best I can with what I've got. So. You guys, any suggestions that'll make these videos better? Any tips if you make your own videos? My goal is to just, you know, I think this is fun, and I'd like to share with some people that have common interest. Go ahead and put some flaps down here. Nose up to slow down a little bit. And also, disclaimer, I am not telling you how to do this in the real world. I am just telling you for virtual simulation. But if you ever find yourself a scenario where you have to land a plane, maybe it'll help you. Coming in about 75, start pulling back, kill the power, float, look at the end of the runway. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. It's getting easier. Go ahead and apply some brakes once we get up top here. Pull back on this. So in the real world, the yoke has a lot more play than your Logitech. I mean, you can pull that sucker all the way back to your chest and all the way forward, 90 degrees both ways. As you can see, Logitech will only go, it looks about like 45 degrees. So that's one of my downfalls, one of my dislikes of the Logitech system. And it's plasticky, but I can't afford a Redbird system. So at least not right now. Maybe when I retire. But. Hey guys, I'm also going to work on the background as these videos evolve. I know right now you don't really want to see the back of my house, but anyways, ready to fly. We're going to do this one more time. And I'm going to do a little bit less talking here, just kind of get more involved in what we've got in here. I like to toggle the yoke visibility. As you can see, if I move my control over here, you can see that is controlling the mixture there. I also have my V1 button and V2 set up for my trim. So we look back down here and you can see we can actually set our trim with this button, V1 and V2. I'll make some more videos too, guys, if it's helpful to how to set up your key bindings to what you want your airplane to do. Of course, you've got a lot of settings in here. I've also got an iPad app that I use every once in a while to tune the radios. If you don't want to sit here and click, the iPad app, you set it up on your network in your house, and you can actually tune your radio with, you set your iPad up in the corner and it looks like an actual radio. Alright guys, our speed is at 117, so we're still way too fast. Kill the power just a little bit, point the nose up to slow us down. And I'm going to drop F7 for a notch of flaps. Just kind of gliding in. I want to keep that airspeed. If you start losing airspeed, you really have to pay attention to that. If you can remember anything in a plane, remember the stall speeds. And remember to stay above the stall speeds. So guys, we're way too high. In the real world, I'm used to a high approach landing with no power. So I've killed the power, full flaps. I'm going to try to keep, this one might be ugly. Start rounding out a little bit. And I can tell you right now, this one's going to be tough. So as soon as I hit, I'm going to hit the brakes and pull back. And we're still too fast, guys. This one we failed. That's how it goes. You get the jabber, not paying attention to your setup, your landing configuration, you can crash. But guys, as you can see, it just takes a little bit of practice. If you can get flight controls, I highly encourage it. If not, if you're just in it for the views and just kind of seeing what's going on the plane, that's great too. I'm all for aviation. I love flying. Hopefully as time goes on, I'll be able to go on and get my instrument rating, my commercial pilot's rating. Kind of have a funny story of how I actually got into flying. It all started with finding an iPad that fell out of the sky, and finding the person that actually owned it was a pilot. But I'll save that story for another day. I've actually got video footage of the iPad falling out of the plane, so that's kind of a cool story, and a few other details in there I'll add in another video. But guys, again, this is Flying with Josh, and please subscribe and like with the buttons below, and hope you guys have a great day.